Over the years, many conspiracy theories have been proposed, but how many of them have turned out to be true? Let's look at 10 conspiracy theories that started out as rumors, speculation, and mistrust, but were later proven to be accurate. Number 1. Project MKUltra. Once dismissed as a crazy rumor, the CIA's Project MKUltra was later confirmed when declassified government documents revealed that the U.S. ran a secret research program during the Cold War. The program explored behavior modification techniques, including mind control and the use of LSD as a chemical weapon. Number 2. Operation Northwoods. In the early 1960s, U.S. officials drafted a top-secret strategic plan called Operation Northwoods. It outlined a series of hypothetical scenarios involving attacks on U.S. assets in Cuba and elsewhere in the Caribbean. The plan was never approved, but was later declassified and made public, confirming what many had long suspected, that the U.S. government was willing to consider any option to protect its interests abroad. No. 3. The Tuskegee Health Study. Historical documents revealed that a public health study was conducted in the U.S. in the early 20th century that involved African American men who were not told they had syphilis. This shocking discovery led to major changes in medical ethics and is now widely cited in discussions about informed consent and the protection of vulnerable populations in research studies. Number 4. Tobacco companies and public health information. For decades, internal reports from tobacco companies showed that some had more knowledge about the health risks of smoking than they let on in public. Documents revealed that the industry knew that smoking could lead to lung cancer, heart disease, and other health problems, but worked to downplay the risks and cast doubt on scientific studies that linked tobacco to these diseases. This information eventually led to policy reforms and public health campaigns aimed at reducing smoking rates. Number 5. Surveillance of activists. Historical records show that activists, journalists, and other public figures were closely monitored by government agencies during times of political change and upheaval. From the civil rights movement to the anti-war protests of the 1960s and 70s, activists were often targeted for their beliefs and associations. Number 6. Watergate. In the 1970s, a break-in at the Watergate complex linked to the committee to re-elect the president became one of the most famous confirmed political scandals in modern history. What began as a seemingly minor burglary turned into a massive web of lies, cover-ups, and abuses of power that ultimately led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon. Number 7. Mass data collection. In 2013, reports and a whistleblower disclosure revealed that the government was engaged in large-scale data collection practices that raised concerns about privacy and digital rights. The news sparked a public debate and led to calls for greater transparency and oversight of government surveillance programs. No. 8. Gulf of Tonkin reports. In 1964, reports of attacks on U.S. ships in the Gulf of Tonkin were used to justify escalating U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. However, a review of the incident by the U.S. Navy in 2000 raised serious doubts about the accuracy of the reports. The revelation sparked a political scandal and contributed to growing anti-war sentiment. Number 9. Bohemian Grove. Far from being a figment of conspiracy theorists' imaginations, Bohemian Grove is a real private gathering where influential individuals from politics, business, and the media meet annually for networking and ceremonial purposes. While the event is invitation-only and highly secretive, journalists have managed to document the gatherings and report on them over the years. Number 10. Project Sunshine. Historical studies conducted under Project Sunshine focused on the effects of radiation from nuclear fallout and included global research programs that raised ethical questions about how data was collected. These studies, which often involved the testing of new drugs and medical procedures on unsuspecting patients, led to the development of modern standards for informed consent and the protection of human subjects in research. So there you have it, 10 conspiracy theories that were later proven to be true. Not all theories stay theories forever. Some are proven true with time. Which one surprised you most? And if you haven't already, subscribe to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for watching.